Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm just here to bring you guys a message I've been feeling called to share, actually. So it's something that I started getting as a personal message yesterday, and then today, more and more, I felt like it was something that is more of a collective thing. So before I get into the cards, I just want to say thank you guys, everybody, for being here. Welcome to my channel if you're new. If you're returning or subscriber, thank you guys so much for coming back. I love you. Love you from the bottom of my heart. You mean the world to me, bottom of my heart. You mean the world to me, though, for real. So thank you guys for being here. So the message I have for you, what I heard is condensed, okay? So I will condense the message from yesterday, but I do just want to take a moment to call in spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, as well as any of my spirit guides or yours that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I ask them to join us. I ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, as well as to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering this message in the clearest way, but for the most far-reaching of everyone. So take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest. If it doesn't feel like it's yours, then it's not, and just go about your day, my friends. Also, I am being guided to say that this is timeless, so this could be something happening or that has happened in the near future, but the biggest thing is I brought the past life oracle today, and this is what I was using yesterday. So I'm going to get into the message first off, because for me personally, ships have been very important. And the message that I got, and I'll explain it condensed, but essentially my ship card from here has vanished in the thin air. Last night, while I was playing with them, I was doing other cards and I had it on the top, and it is nowhere to be found. Around my entire desk I was doing this at. And I thought about the Bermuda Triangle, you know, ships vanishing into thin air. So I will just say as well, there was other cards that came with that yesterday, and the bottom of the deck was forgiveness. I don't much remember the rest of the cards because the ships were so important. So I've been seeing different pictures of ships, and I'm being guided to share this, and it's sorry that it's an awkward bringing about. Mercury is currently in retrograde, but it's also because I think it's about movement, wars and battles with some of that too. So a lot of things are happening collectively around the world. This is going to be important, but I feel more about this is about movement, and this could have been a past life on a ship for some of you. And I felt like for me it was like, was it a deckhand? Was it on a ship? Is this, you know, past life from different wars and things like this? But there's an importance about movement, and my grandfather made signs up years ago that say something along the lines of like, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails, and you can use those sails and the tools you have to use that wind to help propel you forward in the best ways possible. To also, I heard also this comes down to being an experienced sailor, and this can come to so many things in our life, but knowing when. And I mean, personally, I don't know anything about boats, okay? I don't sail, but I feel very drawn to them. Certain pictures as well, like sailboats. So in terms of that, you need to know when do you put them all up and when do you pull them down, when the weather's, how do you adjust these sails to the weather to help keep you safe, to keep you moving, to weather the storm. So for some of you, what I also heard is there's going to be a really big importance of letting our guard down, okay? And I feel really called, I'm going to pull some cards, but again, I feel called to share this because I've been seeing ships everywhere. But there's one picture of a ship that I'm okay. I'm being guided to be like, we can very well connect to art, right? So I have a picture in my head of a ship or two. I can't remember exactly how many there were, but it's a huge picture. It took up a very large spot on the wall, and I no longer see that picture. However, this picture is like living rent-free in my brain, okay? So, and I just want to put it there, okay? I'm going to leave it at that, but that there feels like there's some sort of emotional connection to the ships, okay? But let's get a little farther into this, okay? I'm going to bring, first off, the past life oracle back into play, and know that it doesn't have ships in it. It's missing ships, and well, as I did that, we have communal living came out. Bottom of the deck is Asia and High Priestess. For some of you, definitely this you may have had past lives in this lifetime or past experiences, and you may be a traveler, my friends. You may have experienced this. To me, it really speaks about community. So this could be an apartment building, this could be your community and family, especially if you were in Asia. This speaks to me, and I'll say, because I taught in English in South Korea for 2 years. So immediately when I saw that, for me, because this is my attachment to it in this lifetime, it took me back there. But what we're drawn to in this life is so important to our past lives, because when I remember being in Korea, feeling like I belonged there, and there is a sense in my heart that there's a piece of me that belongs there. It's still home, right? There will always be a home there. And let's see what else. But this isn't about me necessarily, but this started out with me and my messages with vanishing into thin air. Angels came out as well. And I feel like there's a strong connection and tie to angels. They're giving me some of you guys definitely, they're your guides. They're always around you, all of us. We all have our angels. Some of you guys, though, I do feel like they're specifically saying the fallen angels, and I will bring that deck for that. But they are suggesting as well, there's two things. They're saying spirituality kind of crosses paths here, especially if you've spent any time or studied Buddha or the Buddhism, because this is very, very strong, and there are temples all over, beautiful, beautiful temples and statues of different Buddhas all over the world, right, and all over Asia. And in terms of this angelic energy, what I heard is there's a really big opening up. There's a real big opening to the mind. And there's an importance in, if it's not Asia, you may feel very strongly to Asian culture, Asian food, or you may be starting to understand, like they're giving me understand more the core principles of kind of Buddha and Buddhism. So I want one more message, please. And I'm going to ask specifically to explain the ships. This also came out yesterday for me. So imprisonment or slavery. And, oh my gosh, funny enough, the ships, this is the same thing as the wars and battles. So both of these came out yesterday, as well as we have finances. And I want to show you underneath that was knighthood. What I heard as well is for some of us, depending on, because again, this is what I heard is like the British colonials. Okay. For some of us, there could have been like a lifetime, because we also have Native American under here, British colonials coming in, and I heard usurping. Okay, it just depends on what it is, but they're with wars and battles, imprisonment, and things like this, knighthood, finances. Have Atlantis under there, leaving and travel, the arts. There is so much, and this is travel to Asia, right? Just these two specifically stand out to me with the wars and battles. For some of you, I feel like could be, like I heard POW camps, okay? Could be just not even camp, but if any of us, especially if it's a ship, have in some past life experienced being a prisoner during war or something like this, there's a lot that could be happening in there as well, because I feel like there's a sense of justice here. And this knighthood, it feels like different times, right? This is such a different time period. But what this feels like to me, much like the angels, is I'm hearing like the Knights Templar. Essentially, I believe they were commissioned by King Solomon to protect the Holy Grail, to find the Holy Grail, protect the Holy Grail. But they went off on more. Maybe it wasn't Solomon, because the knighthood, there was, I'm trying to think of, that? The Brotherhood. The Knights, Solomon's Temple. There's an importance to that as well, though, because there was a lot of hidden spiritual knowledge and being in charge of this knowledge and keeping this knowledge safe. And even if we don't look at it as exactly the Holy Grail, it was something very important that these guys were commissioned in protecting and finding. Now, also, I heard, like, in terms of wars and battles, crusades. So there's a lot in our world that is happening on a global mass scale. And also, there is a lot happening. Like, I'm in Canada, depending on where I think a lot of my viewers are Canadian, American, Indian. We have a lot happening in the world, right? We have a lot of things, and there's a lot of uncertainty in this world right now. And I feel like could be a lot of the wars and battles too, is just this sense of unknowing and fears, and slavery, imprisonment. Some of what I got on that was, some of this could be, if you watch me or know people who are being kind of deported or something like that, or being stuck at the border, and detained. This can really feel like imprisonment, and this might be bringing back a lot of things. Okay, so we have awareness, and again, if that doesn't feel like it's for you, disregard it. Okay, I'm not trying to get political on this at all, but the examples I'm being given is that, like today, my kids asked, why do we stand your ground and wisdom? Why do we study history? Why do we study history? Learn a lot, right? Hindsight, we can look back and think hindsight's a 2020. And so we don't do those things again. And I feel like there is a massive awareness coming, and has been for a while, but there's so much power in our voices, and when we stand together. And they're giving me an example right now. That solar plexus is that conflict and deceit, but solar plexus, they're giving me an example of a bees. Okay? If there's a huge crowd, one little bee, what's it going to do? It can go around and sting a few people, but its stinger's going to be gone, and it can't do anything. Get the hive. Those people be running. I feel like this is the same thing, but we're the hive. The people. The power you each have. It's important to be aware of. And I feel like, keep looking at this Asia part, but this is remembering, and in the awareness, the standing your ground, and this wisdom, knowing your peace is your power. Your peacefulness is your power. Your awareness and your connection in this world, this is your power. It's going to be important how we treat people. And I feel like what I'm hearing is, you're going to have, this is also about this knowledge of self, this solar plexus healing energy and being calm. There's a lot of yellow in the Buddha, yellow in the wisdom, and the awareness is being crowned with yellow. It may be a really important time to, you can go on YouTube and look for solar plexus clearing. I'm also hearing drumming, right? Drumming may be very, very helpful for you. And I'm going to ask for a little bit more clarification before I let you go. I have some stuff to do today, so I don't want to make a huge one, but we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Ten of Wands. Something's coming to an end. You have Six of Pentacles in reverse too. The Hanged Man in reverse with the Hermit. And the Fool. I feel like this Fool is hella bored. Hella bored. Yo. They are bored. You've got the Hanged Man in reverse, the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Two of Swords in reverse. There's a lot going on that needs to, what I heard is bury the hatchet and put the past to rest. Put the wars and battles that have been going on or raging between people or loved ones or family, community. If there's something that has been kind of happening in this present, that there's what I heard is we're working through karma. We're working through things. We're working through things in our world that are coming together, and this awareness for you is so important because it's importantly saying to be aware of your own body, your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own autonomy in a time where there is so many opinions and so much happening in our world. Stay true to the core of who you are. And they're like, if you do that, you'll be okay. So the Ten of Wands, the Hermit, the Fool. This Fool, I like it because this Fool has a crappy hand. This Fool has a crappy hand. They got an ace high, okay? And that's it. And I feel like this Fool wants to go forward. Don't like the cards that have been dealt. And it's funny, I never noticed that. Never. But I feel like this, oh my gosh, okay, so this cat is all in, showing you the cards. No poker face. No point. What's the point moving forward? To put on a poker face and be a jester, and if there's two things, okay? So if this becomes important, okay, I'm hearing like again the gambler, okay, but knowing when you guys play cards or anything like poker, anything where there's money involved, especially, but knowing when you just don't put on like the point of, okay, you can poker face yourself through whatever, but there's a point when you have this card or you have this hand, you know, you're not gonna, if somebody's gonna start putting all the bets in, you're gonna be like, you know what, I don't want to play because I'm gonna lose all the money, right? Just not gonna happen. You may, but again, there's like twofold, like you might just get ace high, who knows, but not enough. It's just, I feel like there's also the importance of knowing that if you're feeling like this, you need to get up and do things and make whatever it is, the world worth living, the world more worth living. For some of us, when we stick to ourselves so much, because I feel like there is a real importance in that wisdom and understanding who we are at the core and what our own beliefs are and thoughts are, because I also think that on an energetic level, they're like, it's been really difficult maybe in the past to maintain what I heard is your energetic sovereignty, and it's going to be important to be aware of that. So with healing here, we have 3 cats staring up at the stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a shooting star. To me, that's movement. 9 of Pentacles as well, something that's been worked on a while. This Wheel of Fortune comes up a lot. You got the Queen of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the World in reverse. I do feel like right now, the healing, that's the most important part. For some of you, this star is also wish fulfillment, and this could be like pregnancy, babies. This also could be birthing some new timeline into existence. But with this Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups, I feel like this time it's very heart-centered, heart-led in a way that, again, is so true to you. So I'm going to leave it there, but there's a song, and I can't remember who sings it, but I keep hearing about this, like 2 ships either sailing in the sea or vanishing in the sea. There's something there anyway about it. So I'm going to let you go. Hopefully this made sense. If not, well, I apologize. But that's the message I have anyway. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.